What do you make of Case Keenum?
I think what they've done here is they took a look at what it would cost to be in the Kirk Cousins Derby and decided to take their next best option, which is Case Keenum. And I think they got him on what will most likely be a 2-year deal when all is said and done. And I think it keeps them in a position to have the salary cap room to do other things and still use the number 5 pick on a quarterback if they want to.
You still think number 5 is going to be a quarterback?
If this is a 2-year deal, as it looks like it's going to be, then I think you're in a position, if you're the Broncos, if your guy is there at number 5, the quarterback you like, who you believe is a future starter, then you still take him at number 5.
So who starts at quarterback for the Broncos on opening day?
Case Keenum. And then he trains a quarterback you don't have to rush, because the burnout factor has never been higher at the position than it is right now. So the better you can train your next starting quarterback, the better it is for you. And this puts them in a position to do both if they want to.
Now, if they do that, then they don't play a first-round pick. Do we have another potential Paxton Lynch situation?
If you've picked the right guy and if you've trained the right guy. I think Paxton Lynch has gotten caught a little bit in the changes the team has made at offensive coordinator and in the offense. If you're going to pick the quarterback at 5, then you're saying Case Keenum is going to show this guy how to do it right, and we're going to take good care to make sure he develops the way we want to. And that's if you're not thinking you might sign Case Keenum to another deal, but this puts them in a position to at least consider the idea at number 5 if the guy is there that they think is the starter.
Do you think Case Keenum is okay with that, Wayne?
I'm sure he's asked the questions, what happens in 2 years. I mean, this is kind of a prove-it deal on both sides. This is the Broncos telling Case Keenum, if 2017 is what you are as a player, we'll be there for you in a couple years, and then we can talk about what it'll cost. And then this is, Case Keenum's way of saying, if I play well, I'm back in the market in 2 years, and I'll only be 32. And we've seen already what the market's like for quarterbacks in free agency.
Low-risk deal for John Elway, high-risk deal? Where do you rank this?
It's a high-risk deal if you're not getting Case Keenum from the Minnesota Vikings. If you're getting Case Keenum, who went 0-8, as the Texans starter, then it's a high-risk deal. You've put your off-season priority, which was improve the offense, get back in the playoff conversation. You've said Case Keenum is the guy you believe who can help you with that. If that doesn't come to fruition, this is a high-risk deal. If you get the Case Keenum the Vikings had last year, then this is a deal that puts you back in the playoff hunt.
Having just come off the Paxton Lynch fiasco, or whatever you want to call it, John Elway can't afford to miss on this, can he?
They can't afford any misses now, either in the draft or free agency. Every dollar they spend has to be productive in getting them back into the playoff conversation, or people are going to look at John Elway and they'll probably be on the hunt for some more coaches, just like they were this past season when they missed the playoffs.
Does this deal then, you kind of mentioned it earlier, this deal then sets the Broncos up to make other moves, whether it's Nate Solder or whoever. This deal allows them to fix other holes as well, right?
I think it allows them to take a look at the receivers in the market. That's a not bad class of free agent receivers, and they can take a look at in the offensive line, which I think they need to do. They probably need a right tackle or a swing tackle, one of the two, and the draft isn't going to help you much this year at tackle. So if they're going to do something there, and they need to, they're going to have to do it in free agency.